A new proposal in the state legislature would create a data system on racial disparities in Vermont, and that information would then be used to identify and address bias within the criminal justice system. State House reporter Devin Bates is live in the newsroom with a recap. Devin?
Yeah, Lauren, taking on a large-scale issue like racial disparities in policing and the broader criminal justice system is a tough task when you don't have the statistics to guide you, so this could be the first step in what would likely be a lengthy reform process.
It's actually the start of a conversation for true data-driven change to truly understand the scope of issues, identify and target interventions to address them, and then measure the outcomes.
Vermont lawmakers are all too familiar with individual accounts of racial bias within the state's criminal justice system, but in between the stories they hear, there's a lot of unknowns. Questions like how many black Vermonters are being referred to restorative justice programs, who's getting a plea agreement, and what do the demographics look like for Vermonters who, one way or another, find themselves in the court system. Susanna Davis is Vermont's executive director of racial equity. She said even though there are some numbers available, her office is still working with a blurry picture.
Uniformity of our collection is where we can really make big improvements. And so I think this proposal stands to do that. The question is just how do we structure it organizationally in a way that makes sense and is sustainable.
That question of where the Bureau would be housed within state government is an important and ongoing debate. An agency like Digital Services would be well equipped to collect data, but it might lack the expertise needed to analyze racial disparities. Karen Jeanette of the Crime Research Group suggested housing it in the Racial Equity Office that Davis leads.
The Office of Racial Equity was set up as a place to identify and work to eradicate systemic racism within state government. This is an opportunity to raise up the office to do what they were meant to do.
Davis said that works in theory, but since the Office of Racial Equity itself is housed under the Agency of Administration, she believes it's already not a very natural fit in an agency that houses taxes and finance.
I wonder if this bureau would be better situated in another agency that's more topically or substantively relevant. And I'm thinking about this not just for this particular work, but down the line when we create 6 more bureaus and units, and suddenly we have a Pluto Kuiper Belt situation where nothing seems to fit.
Now, there's also an ongoing conversation about how this data could be used beyond criminal justice and gearing the bill more towards an overall approach to address inequities in housing, wealth, education, and employment, to name a few. Live in the newsroom tonight, Devin Bates, Local 22 News.